There is embarrassment potential in this game. And the mindset's got to be don't get fucking embarrassed.
And the theme of the entire remaining schedule, Larry, as far as I'm concerned, is just avoiding anything that could possibly damage next season. And we've already seen the 49ers take a step or two in that direction. They have shut down Dre Greenlaw for the remainder of the year, and that's a really good thing.
Yeah, no question about it. And Kyle made that announcement yesterday at his presser, and he's like, yeah, we talked. He understood, and there you go. So right move. It's the right move for Dre's free agency, whether he returns or not. It's the right move for the Niners. There's nothing to play for at this point, as far as I say nothing to play for, but there's not a lot to play for. You don't need Dre Greenlaw back out there. He's already proven what he needs to prove. So good for the Niners to sit out Dre Greenlaw as they get ready for the 13-2 Detroit Lions on Monday night. I'll say this in this game. If I'm Nick Sorensen's defense, you better go into that game with your eyes wide open or your ass is going to get embarrassed. All right. And I don't want to be embarrassed even adjacently to your embarrassment. I don't want to be embarrassed. And the coaches don't want to be embarrassed. The players, they don't want to be embarrassed. The fans don't want to be embarrassed. This game has the potential on national TV for the very proud, iconic 49er franchise to get thoroughly fucking embarrassed. So let's avoid that. You know what I mean? Let's have a game plan that's sober and serious and real, and let's acknowledge that they can embarrass us and play complimentary football, run the heck out of it, keep Detroit's team on the sidelines. No more bullshit like last week where they came out, they had a couple plays, they got the 3rd and 1, and their balls crawled up Shanahan's ass, and he decided he can't go for it, even though he's out of it, and they punt on 4th and 1. So it's like, you know what? I'm so sick of watching this ballless 49er offense, play the way they play. Start playing big boy football. I mean, seriously, stop, cowering. And, literally, if they go into this game and get thoroughly embarrassed and they run that same stupid plan of like, we're going to give up on 3rd down and we're really going to give up on 4th down. We're not even going to try, even though you have 3 downs and then you punt on 4th down. We're not even going to go for 3 downs because when we get to 3rd down and it's 3rd and long, we're just going to give away run so we can then set up a punt. I mean, it's like if they're going to play that kind of loser football, they're going to get their doors blown off and it's going to be a memorable night for everybody except for them.
And already what the talking point would be through any of those punting in bad situations. Shanahan would then wrap it and saying, hey, I'm just trying to play the situation. There's a lot of games still left, and we don't want to make a mistake in this moment that could tip the field and blah, 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 blah. Here's the situation, Kyle. Nothing left to lose. I'd send the punter home for the rest of the goddamn year. I wouldn't punt the remainder of this season if I'm the 49ers. I am playing nothing left to lose. We're here to work on stuff. Let's see what Tanner Mordecai's got level of football. Again, if
this is what the league thinks of your chances. This is what the league thinks of your chances.
There you go. That's about right.
There you go. Everybody has the Lions beating you. Almost everybody has them scoring 30 in the process. Only a few of these games. Well, I guess this is the NFL Network, so most of these people are kind, but most of these are probably closer than it potentially could be. There is embarrassment potential in this game, and the mindset's got to be don't get fucking embarrassed.
Yeah,
that's got to be the mindset.
And look, there's been an awful lot of embarrassing football played already over the holidays, right? The Chiefs took the Steelers apart, and the Steelers are not in an embarrassing season type of situation. Ravens destroy the Texans, who manage only a safety against them. The Seahawks and Chicago Bears both embarrassed themselves as a franchise and the concept of the sport of football all at the same time. That was a dreadful football game. So it's been nothing but bad football. pretty much throughout this week so far. But the 49ers, again, there's nothing left to lose. There's no reason not to run that flea flicker that you've been sitting on the whole damn year. Like let it go. Let it go. If you're going to put Brock out there, let it go. I wouldn't put Brock out there. Again, I would not have George Kittle play in this game. I would not have Brock Purdy play in this game or next. I know. And
I don't know why. We should talk about that. We should talk about that whole philosophy. Why? Okay, Shanahan's thing is like, I mean, he almost got downright ugly the last couple of days talking about this. He's like, you get 17 checks. You know, we need to play better and win. You know, if you don't have the motivation, you're closer to the end than you are to the beginning. I mean, he just dropped bombs in the presser the other day. It was like, it was really. So give you an example of what we're talking about.
That's how coaches have to think. That's how a coach.
He's like, it's week 17. He's like, this is your job. Okay. If you're asking why you have, what's your motivation and this and that, then you're probably closer to the end than the beginning. And it's, it's like, and I get it. But how about this? How about take all the players that you potentially, I mean, what are you going to get out of this game? Nothing. And what are you going to give to this game if you lose Brock Purdy or George Kittle and you don't have them at the beginning of 2021 or at all in 2021? If right now anybody suffers an injury that would be a season-long injury, they're going to miss next season. So why would you take that chance when you've already been a colossal disappointment this season? Why would you take a chance on next season also being a colossal disappointment by playing guys in meaningless football games in week 6, 17, and 18? I'm not getting that. I understand, he's like, hey, man, I got a football team to run here. Yeah, it's called your backups. Play Tanner Mordecai.
Yeah.
Play Josh Dobbs. Play Brandon Allen. Play Mason Pline. Play Eric Saubert. Play Braden Willis. Play other guys, Kyle. You don't have to put Brock Purdy out there. You don't have to put George Kittle out there. But no, he's going to put him out there. What if one of these guys tears an ACL? They're done for next year. And so are the Niners.
Let's be completely honest.
Kyle. So this job could be on the line in this decision to play guys in the last couple of games here. You're absolutely good.
Let's say the 49ers are down 28-3 at halftime to the Detroit Lions. If Dan Campbell isn't pulling Jared Goff and his important players in that moment, he deserves to lose in the first round. Okay? There is a time to, whip it out and say all the big boy football things. Here's the thing. You want to talk about you get all these paychecks in a year, you get 17 of these. Where was that mindset back in week 2? Where was that mindset coming into this season as you stumbled and bumbled your way into a season due to a choppy offseason, most choppy offseason possibly imaginable? Like saving your vim and vigor for the last 2 games that mean nothing is total empty coach speak bullshit, and mostly why you don't catch me at press conferences, Larry, because they're a waste of time for the most part. Every now and then you get a great morsel, but it's a level of bullshit that completely doesn't admit the reality of your situation. The year is over. Maybe not mathematically, but technically the year is over. And Kyle, John Lynch, come on in. Sit down, boys. Pull up a seat and listen to Uncle Damon. You could go 17-0 in the next regular season. And if you don't win the playoffs, you're a bunch of fucking losers. You have no more to prove in the regular season. You can prove nothing. The regular season is no longer a proving ground for this regime. Regular season success is the equivalent of a yawn in San Francisco. No one gives a shit. We're not here for it. It's win a Super Bowl or you just wasted all of our time. So, I understand why a coach has to say these things publicly, but he's also completely full of shit. And we know it. And Larry, I think you know it. This is a bumper sticker on a car that's traveling nowhere. Thanks for watching. Tune into the Damon Bruce Show live on YouTube every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.